Hi, welcome to this week's Midweek Connection. My name is Todd Jordan. I serve as senior pastor here at Strawbridge United Methodist Church, and I am delighted that you've joined me. I'm looking today at Joshua chapter 1, the first 9 verses. I invite you to take a look at them sometime. What's going on here is Moses has led the people out of slavery in Egypt through the Red Sea into the wilderness where they had an opportunity to enter into the promised land early on. They chose not to. They were punished with 40 years of wandering in the wilderness. And during that time, there was a lot of uncertainty, not sure what tomorrow would bring, but God promised to be with them, leading them by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, led them through 40 years in the wilderness. They are now at the end of that time. Moses is now passed on, and his servant Joshua is taking over as leader. And God is sort of giving him a pep talk. As they're going into the promised land, a lot of what was uncertain and unknown is now clear before them, but they know it's not going to be easy. They're going to go into a land that's already occupied, and there's going to be some battles, there's going to be some conflict, and they're going to have to work through some things. But God assures them at the very end of this passage in verse 9, God says, I hereby command you, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened or dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Sometimes we're trying to make our way through times that are not so clear. I think of where we were a year ago, how much we just did not know, what was going on in the United Methodist Church as a denomination. Would there be a split or not? Would there be a general conference or not? What would happen if there was? What would happen if there wasn't? What was going on in the Texas Annual Conference? Would we be able to move as a conference out of the church? Or would that not be able to, something that could happen? What would happen at annual conference if it did or if it didn't? And then we were asking ourselves, what about Strawbridge in the midst of this? Who are we? What do we believe? How do we find out where we are without splitting the church or resulting in a big conflict here? And of course, for those of you that were here with us a year ago, our church council got together, put together a group that led us through a process, and ultimately we did vote to be a church that was fully welcoming and affirming to everyone, and including the LGBTQ plus community. So since the vote, a lot has happened. So I just wanted to share with you, for all those unknowns, there are some things that we do know now. So we do know that General Conference that didn't happen last year has been rescheduled for April 23rd through May 3rd, 2024. That will be in Charlotte, North Carolina. We also know that the Judicial Council has ruled that the delegation that was elected to go to General Conference 2020 that never happened, that would be the delegation that will go to North Carolina in 24. So I'm on that delegation. There are a number of folks who have rotated off the delegation because they're now no longer part of the United Methodist Church. So we're waiting to hear from the Judicial Council if we can elect new delegates to replace them, and if so, how we can do that. Also in the United Methodist Church, you might be interested in knowing that since 2019, of the 30,000 United Methodist congregations in the United States, only 1,831 congregations have disaffiliated. So that's about 6.1% of U.S. churches disaffiliating from the United Methodist Church in the past few years. It represents about 400,000 members. And General Board of Finance thinks that represents about 5.5% of the denomination's pooled giving. Of those 1,831 disaffiliated churches, about 1,100 have joined the GMC. The others have either joined another denomination or going independent. Now, there are about 12,000 United Methodist churches outside the United States, and we don't have figures on how many of those have disaffiliated yet, so we're not really sure. You might be interested to know that the Texas Annual Conference lost more churches than any other annual conference, sadly. Of our approximately 600 churches, 302 have disaffiliated. There are currently 304 United Methodist churches left here in our annual conference. 16 are in the Central North District. We had 49 at the beginning of last year. Now, as for Strawbridge United Methodist Church, you might be interested to note that when we had our vote in September, on September 18th, we printed out ballots for every church member, and we printed out 1,295 ballots. So that's how many members we had in September. At the end of the year in 2022, we have about 1,441 members. So based on our year-end reporting, we added 249 members, and we had about 48 members who either moved or left the church. Now, bear in mind that doesn't include children who are not full members. So you add them, we've had a lot more folks join the church in the past few months. We're really excited about that. On the one hand, the disaffiliation hit our conference and our district and our area pretty hard, but nationally, not so much. And in terms of who we are as Strawbridge, we have been able to be a church for folks who are looking for a United Methodist church in our area, to the tune of several hundred people. So we're currently making room for everybody. We thank you for your continued patience on that. Just wanted you to know that we do have a task force that's working on our parking problem. We know parking is hard to find at certain times on Sunday mornings. So just thank you for the ways that you are accommodating that. We're working on it. To that end, there is some open land adjacent to our church property, and we have a task force that's looking at the possibility of purchasing that land. It's owned by another church, so we're in some conversations on maybe that can happen. So pray about that. Also, I know that there's a building space issue. Sunday school classes, many of you are bursting at the seams. Thank you for the ways that you've changed the way you're setting up your chairs so that you can include more people. We will be putting together a task force to take a look at that. So all this is to say, these are immediate problems happening now from a good thing. We've got a lot of folks who are here worshiping with us, and we're excited about that. So I don't want you to get frustrated or feel like your cries are falling on deaf ears. We're aware that these are problems that need to be addressed, and we do have very talented, very intelligent folks that are working on short, immediate solutions as well as long-term solutions. So thank you for that. Thank you for all those who are supporting the church with your prayers, your presence, your gifts, your service, and your witness. We did see a number of our pledged givers move away or leave or stop giving in 2022, but we've also seen a number of people step up their pledges and tithes, and of course people coming over joining our church have also helped support the church. So thank you for that. If you haven't been a part of it, I invite you to pray about that. But I am looking forward to 2023 is an opportunity to make the adjustments that we need to make sure we have enough room for everybody, as well as spend some time visioning on how we can better impact the community. I feel like we have a lot to offer at our church, and we want to get the word out that we're a place that people can come and everyone be welcome, everyone be loved, and everyone be accepted no matter who they are. Also, I know a number of you are looking to get plugged into ministries or to volunteer to help. I pray that if you've reached out, someone's gotten in touch with you. If not, again, please be patient. I would love to see 2023 be a church where we are blessed by more involvement from empowered, experienced laity. So we'll be reaching out to you if you've contacted us and you haven't heard anything yet. If you are interested in helping out or serving in some way, fill out the sheet that lists all the opportunities and let us know what you're interested in. And if you just want to know more about the church, who we are and what we're doing, give us a call, shoot us an email, and someone would be happy to chat with you about that. At any rate, some amazing things have happened in 22. Some amazing things are going to happen in 23. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And I thank you for the ways that you're going to be a part of it. And of course, we thank God for promising to always be with us so we can go forth into the future with courage and not be afraid, because God will go with us and God will do amazing things for us and through us. Thank you. God bless you. And I will see you Sunday morning.